But yeah, I was sort of cooking up video ideas because I was out. So today we're just doing an alternate universe Korean War, except with China and Japan included. Okay, North Korea just died, so I guess that's the video. Um, but let's see. So China's probably gonna win. Scroll out. Yeah, South Korea is getting like eaten away by China. It's gonna be Japan versus China. If China doesn't win, then I'll be very surprised because they are absolutely massive, and I've conveniently placed them. So whoops, that was my bad. All right, South Korea is about to go bye bye, and it's gonna be Japan v China. But anyway, there is a 90% chance that this channel goes to waste and that I never, and that it goes like fine and it doesn't go fine and it sort of becomes like a waste, like it never becomes big. But there is a 10% chance, yes, I've calculated this, that this channel becomes something huge that young me would not believe if I told my younger self that happened. So if you guys can please help me out on that 10% and possibly up it to 15, I would really appreciate it. But anyway, China versus Japan. This is the ultimate showdown here. This is what the video is about. This is the China Japanese war. Japan is holding its own pretty well. Pretty well. Wow, yeah, that's impressive. Okay. Japan's getting attacked from the north, which is not splendid. This Korean Peninsula scuffle that's happening is definitely a little dangerous for Japan. Because if they lose the Korean Peninsula, then they're pretty much like they have to defend it to the very bone. Alright, China is actually getting held back by Japan pretty well, which I can't lie, I didn't expect, considering China's size. Typically, size in this game means military strength. Of course, with Kazakhstan, we know that not to. I don't hate on my Kazakhstan people. Alright, Kazakhstan, you're cool, but your military strength is it's not as good as it could be for the size of the country. Alright, Japan. Japan is getting invaded. Okay, alright. So luckily there was a retreat for both forces, but this Korean Peninsula War is just alright. Japan has been pushed out of the Korean Peninsula, which is not good for them. They need that they need that island. They need that. Yeah, it's really not good for them what's happened. Okay, they're slightly in the peninsula, but this north part has been getting, like, destroyed. But not anymore. Well, actually, no, they're doing fine in the north, but the Korean Peninsula, they're really, like, they really want that. Which, if they somehow manage to get the entirety of the Korean Peninsula, like, this gun handle, that's what I call it. Because it sort of looks like a pistol like handle. I don't really know if that's true or not. So if they get here, then they do have a very coverable distance. But I don't think that's happening because it looks like China is getting pushed pretty hard, but they are pushing back. That's for sure. Okay, well they've just isolated two. Once again, border gore. Hate to see it. Okay, yeah, Japan is getting rocked in the peninsula right now. They just lost so much land. Can they recover this? Can they recover? Alright, I'll quick sim to year 5, or not quick sim, sorry. I will time lapse to year 550, unless something big happens, in which case I'll stop. Alright, so, whoa, that's the bell. Japan has gotten in. It's tough. I can't really say what's happening, but Japan, they are getting beat pretty hard in their the north part of the mainland. Yeah, okay. Well, border war, so that's gonna get dissolved. But Japan is still doing pretty well in the Korean Peninsula. If they can just isolate that that Chinese little border war there, they could theoretically, come on, isolate it. Oh, you're so close. Okay, no, they got isolated. All right, yeah, China definitely not as not cleaning this up as well as I thought they would. I sort of expected more. Okay, but now Japan just got like completely destroyed. Oh man, that was a lethal push. Yeah, Japan has now. Ooh, that's not too good for the Japanese. But that's also not too good for the Chinese. The Japanese just absolutely did a storming of the century, and they just took back South Korea on their way to North Korea. All right, so something massive has happened. Basically, Japan just completely took over the Korean Peninsula. However, China is still fighting for it, and it looks like that Korean War is going to be taking a while. This is a completely new turn. I mean, it's practically Japan versus. I mean, China has been surprisingly not progressing in the north, which is really surprising me because, like, they have had a long time to actually finish that, and they didn't do a thing. So it sort of makes you question actually how powerful China is, because although they are like 3,000 pixels bigger than Japan, they are not absolutely like crushing Japan, which is really surprising because Japan has just pulled off an incredible feat, and they are doing. Oh no. Okay, well that's unfortunate. So Japan, I mean, it's still really impressive, but it looks like China's finally like had enough of that. But can they officially cut them off? No, they cannot. No cutting off has happened, and that looks like super weird. Japan, oh my goodness, if there's no like, oh, they've just done it. Okay, if they can push just a little bit, no, China's pushing them out. Come on, Japan, fight back here. Alright, bunch of border war, but nothing existential. Yeah, Japan's doing pretty well. This is really going to take longer than my simulating 1,200 years. Like, I think if this goes that long, then I'm just ending it. I'm ending it and calling it tie because it's weird. I don't like how long it's taking. Come on, somebody, please. All right, another time lapse then. Never mind, no time lapse needed. Japan, you're right there. Japan just did it. All right, so Japan just took out China after they had all of that land, and somehow they couldn't do it. Look, Japan, I mean, China at their peak literally had still 3,000 more than Japan. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye. Subscribe.